Most people won't become rich, not because they're stupid, not because they're unlucky, but because the truth about money is uncomfortable. Nobody tells you this because it sounds rude. Motivation videos don't tell you this because it doesn't sell hope. Your friends don't tell you this because it threatens the relationship. But if your financial life hasn't changed in years, then comfort is no longer helping you. I'll show you brutal truths about money and mindset, not to shame you, but to explain why your results make sense. You won't feel good while watching, but you'll understand. This isn't about rich people versus poor people. This is about behavior and consequences. Here's what matters. Money doesn't respond to intentions, it responds to behavior. I know these truths will feel like attacks. They felt that way to me too. But painful truths aren't attacks, they're maps, and you can't navigate what you refuse to see. Let's begin. Truth 1. Responsibility. Poor people wait to be saved. Rich people assume no one is coming. Waiting feels logical. It feels fair. You work hard, you follow the rules. Someone should notice. Someone should help. But money doesn't reward fairness. Look at what people wait for. A better economy, a better boss, better timing, the right moment. Years pass. The waiting continues. Nothing changes. Responsibility feels heavy, but waiting is heavier. It just feels lighter at first. Poor people explain. Rich people adjust. When something fails, there are always reasons. The market was bad. The competition was unfair. The timing was wrong. These explanations are true. They're also useless. Explanations protect self-esteem. Adjustments change outcomes. Two people fail at the same business attempt. One spends months explaining why it couldn't work. The market, the costs, the obstacles. The other asks what broke, what assumption was wrong, what needs to change. 5 years later, their lives look different. Not because one was smarter, because one stayed in explanation mode. Comfort is more addictive than failure. Failure hurts, but it ends. Comfort doesn't hurt, so it never ends. That's the trap. You hate your job. You've hated it for 3 years. But you know the people. You know the schedule. You know exactly how much money arrives and when. This hatred is familiar, and familiar feels safer than uncertain. Growth feels chaotic. Comfort feels safe. Your nervous system picks comfort every time. Hard work without leverage is just exhaustion. Effort doesn't equal progress. Direction matters more than intensity. Two people push heavy loads. One pushes uphill every single day forever. The other stops pushing and builds a wheel. The first person feels productive. The second person feels like they're wasting time. 5 years later, one is still pushing. The other built a system. We celebrate effort. We respect exhaustion. But the market pays for results, not suffering. Poor people consume information. Rich people implement incomplete knowledge. Learning feels productive. You watch videos, you read books, you take notes. Your brain releases dopamine. You feel like you're moving forward. But information without execution is just entertainment. Action feels risky. What if you do it wrong? What if you don't know enough yet? So you watch one more video, read one more chapter, wait until you're ready. You're never ready. The bookshelf grows, life stays the same. Poor people trade time for money. Rich people trade money for time. When you're broke, this sounds privileged, but it's just math. A freelancer charges by the hour. More money means more hours. There's a ceiling. A system builder spends money to buy back hours, hires help, automates tasks, builds once, sells many times. Time is invisible until it's gone. Then you realize you spent 20 years trading the only non-renewable resource you had. Fear doesn't disappear at higher income. It just changes questions. You think rich people don't feel fear. They do. They're just afraid of different things. Poor, what if I fail? Rich, What if I stop growing? Fear isn't a sign to stop, it's a sign you're early. Everyone else feels it too. Most people let it make the decision. You will never outperform the person you believe you are. Identity sets limits silently. You say, "I'm not a business person." That becomes true, not because you lack ability, because you won't take actions that contradict your self-image. Every decision passes through this filter. Would someone like me do this? If the answer is no, you don't do it. The prophecy fulfills itself. Money is a tool, not a reward. Poor mindset moralizes money. Good people don't chase money. Wanting money is shallow. Talking about money is rude. Rich mindset neutralizes it. Money is a tool that solves problems. It's not good or evil. It's not a reflection of your character. It's a resource. When you moralize money, you can't pursue it without guilt, so you don't pursue it. Then you resent people who do. Poor people decide emotionally. Rich people decide with delayed emotion. Emotion isn't bad. Timing is everything. You feel angry at your boss, you quit. You feel excited about an idea, you invest everything. You feel scared about a risk, you retreat. The emotion is real. The decision might still be wrong. Delayed emotion means you feel it fully, then wait. You let the intensity pass, then you decide based on what remains. Discipline is choosing discomfort on purpose. Most people think discipline means forcing yourself. It doesn't. It means choosing the hard thing because you know where the easy thing leads. You've already lived the easy version. You know exactly where that road goes. Discipline is just honesty about preferences. Do you prefer comfort today or options tomorrow? Both are valid, but only one is honest about the cost. Your environment will always defeat your motivation. Motivation is a feeling. Environment is a structure. Structure beats feeling every time. You can't outwork a bad environment. If everyone around you normalizes complaint, you'll complain. If everyone around you normalizes debt, you'll justify debt. If everyone around you stops growing, you'll stop too. This isn't weakness. This is human. Your brain adapts to what's normal. Change what's normal. Most people don't want wealth. They want the feeling of progress without the cost of change. You say you want more money, but do you? Or do you want the life you have now, just with more money in it? Because wealth requires change. Different decisions, different schedule, different people, different identity. Most people want the outcome without the transformation. They want the number in the account, but the same comfort in their days. You can't have both. And when forced to choose, most people choose comfort. That's not wrong, but it is the reason. Money doesn't care what you deserve. You work hard, you're a good person, you help others, you followed the rules. None of this matters to money. Money flows toward value creation, leverage, and behavior, not fairness, not effort, not morality. This feels cruel. It's just neutral. The market doesn't know you. It doesn't know your story. It only sees what you do. If nothing changes, nothing changes. Not mindset quotes, not intentions, not plans you don't execute. Only behavior. You know this already. You've known it for years, but knowing doesn't change anything. Behavior changes things. The truths in this video won't help you unless they change what you do tomorrow morning. This wasn't meant to motivate you. It was meant to explain. Motivation fades. Understanding stays. And understanding is the beginning of control. You know why your results make sense now. You know which behaviors create which outcomes. You know what you've been avoiding. The question isn't whether these truths are harsh. The question is, which truth hurt the most, and what does that tell you? That's where you start. You already know what needs to change. You've known for months, maybe years. The only question left is how much longer are you willing to explain why you haven't started? I can't answer that for you. Nobody can. But I can tell you this. 5 years from now, you'll be somewhere. The only question is whether you'll be somewhere different or somewhere familiar. Same choices, same results. Different choices, different life. It really is that simple. Not easy, simple. The board is blank now. What you draw next is up to you.